Hey there! In this video, we are going to introduce graph neural networks, which is an amazing model that lets us work with one of the most versatile data structures out there. You guessed it, with graphs. So what exactly is a graph? Well, for those of you that are not so familiar with this concept, it's basically a collection of entities called nodes or vertices, and the connection between them called edges. Look at this simple graph. Each blue circle is a node, and these red lines connecting them are the edges. We can store information in both nodes and edges, and we can have global attributes that can describe the entire graph. To put it simply, graphs are literally all around us. Take a look at images. We can think of each pixel as a node connected to its neighbors, or molecules where atoms are nodes and chemical bonds are edges. And of course, social networks, where people are nodes and their friendships are the connections. When working with graphs in machine learning, we typically want to solve one of three prediction tasks. First is the graph level prediction, where we predict properties of the entire graph, like asking, is this molecule toxic? Second is the node level prediction, where you classify individual nodes, like determining which users belong to which community in a social network. And third is the edge level prediction, where you predict connections between nodes, like suggesting new friendships. But graph neural networks also come with some unique challenges. For instance, one big challenge is permutation invariance. Look at this graph structure with nodes A, B, C, and D, and if we represent it using an adjacency matrix with ordering A, B, C, D, we get this matrix. But if we just reorder the nodes to C, A, D, B, we get a completely different adjacency matrix, even though it's exactly the same graph. Our algorithms need to be invariant to this node ordering, which makes standard neural networks tricky to apply. Now, let's start building a graph neural network. The simplest graph neural network just applies a neural network to each node independently. For each feature of the node xi, we compute hi equals f of xi, where f is a neural network, and obtain the hidden values for each node. But there is a huge limitation here. This doesn't use the graph structure at all. This is where message passing comes in, the heart of modern GNNs. For each node, we gather messages from its neighbors, aggregate them, and update the node's representation. The formula looks like this. The hidden output of hi at layer L plus 1 equals f of hi at layer L, aggregated over j in neighborhood of I, of j of hi in aj at layer L. This aggregation can be either a sum, a mean, or max operation, and gives us the next hidden value in the layer. Also, we can stack multiple layers if we want to capture multi-hop information. Now, there are several popular GNN architectures. One of them is the Graph Convolutional Network, or GCN. For instance, in this graph, when we focus on node 6, it only aggregates information from its direct neighbors, nodes 5, 4, and 1. And this formula shows us how we weight each neighbor's contribution. Age of 6 at layer L plus 1 equals sigma of the sum over all neighbors j of 1 over square root of d6 times dj times aj at layer L times w at layer L. This normalization by no degrees helps balance information from neighbors with different connectivity. Another popular architecture of graph neural networks is the graph attention networks, where, instead of giving equal weight to all neighbors, this model computes attention scores. For instance, here you have E65 equals 1.2, E64 equals 0.6, and E61 equals 1.0. These scores measure the importance of each neighbor to node 6. Then we normalize the softmax to get attention weights, and we get alpha 65 equals to approximately 0.42, alpha 64 equals to approximately 0.23, and alpha 61 equals to approximately 0.35. And the final aggregation becomes H6 at layer L plus 1 equals sigma of alpha 65 times WL times H5 plus alpha 64 times WL times H4 plus alpha 61 times WL times H1, where sigma is the sigmoid function. Finally, to wrap things up, graph neural networks gives us a powerful way to learn from graph structured data by leveraging both node features and graph topology. Message passing is a key operation in this type of model, and it can be used for node, edge, and graph predictions. So next time you see connected data, remember that the GNNs might be just the tool you need. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this explanation, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to be up to date with the content I create on this channel. See you next time. Bye bye.